can. She laid begging on me, she surprised me with her tongue. But her surprise was waiting there between my cheek and gum. It's Copenhagen, what a flavor. Copenhagen, you can see it in my smile. Copenhagen, do yourself a favor, chew. Copenhagen, drive them pretty girls wild.
Lee, tell us about this woodworking piece, this house behind us.
Okay. To me, that is so incredible. It was done by a man named Wesley Woods, and everything, literally everything in there is exactly like a house, yours, mine, whoever's, would be. The doors open, the windows go up and down. He has made every little plank for the floor. You can see from the pictures what the inside looks like, some of it, but it is just an exact to-scale replica of a rather large house that is so beautiful and incredible to me.
What is the roof made out of?
The roof is made of sandpaper.
And do you know about how many hours he spent on this piece?
I think he said maybe some 3,000 hours.
And what category does this fit into?
It goes in the arts and crafts and in woodworking here.
Okay, great.
But I thought that ought to be showcased because of the minute detail that is in it.
And this is just one example of the crafts you have. And we're here fairly early in the day, so you don't have a lot of entries yet, but more are coming in, correct?
I hope so. I hope we have a bunch more. And some of the knitted crochet things are also very, very beautiful, detailed. So you might want to take a look at those too. We hope to get in some more produce and honey, canned goods, flowers, culinary, the food. So we hope to have a lot more. We've also got photography in as well.
Okay, thank you, Lee. So, Lee, tell me what we have here.
What we have here is a knitted man's sweater. There is a lot of cable stitching on it and a chain stitch. It's very heavy, so for right now, we sure wouldn't be wanting to wear it, but it would feel very good, I bet, in February. Every bit of this is handmade. It's even got a hood to it. So it's beautiful, beautiful work, and it fastens here. So, having knitted some here myself, I can understand how detailed and how exacting a person has to be able to create a sweater like this. And look at the quilts. It's a heavy, very fuzzy kind of yarn. And the detail again with the little bees in there and the flowers is something else. We have another one. Oh yeah, there's one over here that says Lego over here.
And it does look like Lego blocks.
Yes, it certainly does.
But I think I would rather step on that than an actual Lego block.
I think much softer on this, much. And the quilts, we have quilts that are, of course, sewing machine sewed, but look at the detail again on them and the patterns on these quilts. So we have some pillowcases and a Christmas stocking over there as well.
All right, Lee, now we have moved over to the flowers that are entered in the fair. Can you tell us what we have here?
Sure. We encourage people to grow plants and bring them in. We take potted plants, cut flowers, so forth and so on. So let me explain a little bit about these. This is a hen and chicks, and there is a big hen and lots of little chicks running around her. This is a variegated sedum. This is portulaca. This one is a pepper plant, and the peppers are very hot on that one. The one up here is a coleus. The one beside of it is a shamrock. And the hanging basket is a green wandering jew. Coming down on this next one, at the very end, we have a sago palm. Next to that is another hen and chicks, and the one next to that is something that's not seen around here very often, but it is a starfish flower. The flower actually looks like a starfish. But, these are very nice plants. Now, some of these are perennial outside plants. Some of them are house plants. So we have a variety.
Lee, you're a master gardener. Tell us what that means.
What that means is that a master gardener goes through the course with the Master Gardener course with Cooperative Extension. Usually starts in February, runs around till the end of May or sometime in June. There is 4 hours a week where you learn about composting, propagation, how to prune different types of plants, so forth and so on. You get a book with that, which is very comprehensive, a very, very good reference book that is yours to keep. There are field trips to different places to be able to see what is being taught in the courses. I would highly recommend it. I went through it first in 1998 and again in 2003 just for the fun of it. So I've been a master gardener for 21 years and am still involved and still having fun with it.
Now we've moved over to the photography section. Lee, tell us a little bit about what you're displaying here.
Okay, we are displaying several categories of photography. There are 3 categories in color. Animals, people, landscapes, and we have those same categories in black and white, of which we don't have any pictures in black and white. We also are doing graphic arts as well, so that covers this category.
Lori, how did you get involved with the Junior Fair Board?
Well, I started out in 4-H since my daughters were 5, and we just every year we have been involved in 4-H, and that's how we got our foot in the door of starting to enter stuff and helping with the fair board.
What kind of things have you entered in the fair?
Mainly I enter crochet items. I do blankets, toboggans, scarves. That's my favorite hobby is crochet.
And what kind of things have you learned through 4-H, Benjamin?
To help people and how to grow stuff and agricultural stuff like that.
We're in the saddle club and cooking club, so.
Okay, awesome. Saddle club and cooking club. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. Now we have Sarah Moyer, a 4-H agent with Cooperative Extension. Sarah, tell us what 4-H is doing at the fair.
4-H is having fun at the fair. First of all, they are bringing in their exhibits this afternoon. They have everything from baked goods to photography, flowers, vegetables from their gardens. They have a variety of exhibits that are being brought in today, and they are having a judging going on. For foods and horticulture, that judging looks like a face-to-face conversation with their judge, and so that's a person who's an expert in their area of interest, and they're giving them advice. The youth is, those youth participants are explaining what they've been learning as they've been preparing their exhibit, whether that's, what gardening problems have you had this year, or why did you choose this vegetable to grow? Those might be some examples for questions that a judge may be asking one of the youth participants here today. And then others are turning in their exhibits, and then they'll be judged here Tuesday morning by another set of judges. But the foods and horticulture exhibits, they're getting that face-to-face judging, and hopefully the kids are really learning a lot. Youth really demonstrate a lot of creativity when they bring their exhibits into the Caldwell Agricultural Fair. These exhibits are not limited to only agricultural products, but while we showcase a lot of agricultural products, we also celebrate textiles and art and some other types of categories. And here we have Sporky. It's one of our exhibits here. It's a dragon that Addison Cook had entered into the youth category for crafts, and she's hand sewn this dragon. And so as you can see, there really is a lot of creativity, and Sporky here is just one example of that.
Now I have with me Daryl Holsclaw. He's from the Oak Hill community, and he's been growing a lot of vegetables this summer. Daryl, tell me what you have.
I have butternut squash. This is Autumn's Choice. It's very colorful and it's very delicious. It's hard to beat. And I have some rather large sweet potatoes. I always thought the larger the better. That's just more food for the winter. This is another type of squash. This is buttercup. It's really good when baked. I would recommend it highly to anyone who decides to grow squash.
And we've also got a gourd over here.
I have a variety of gourds. Some of these gourds are called Goonie gourds. For what reason, I can't tell you. I ordered them from a seed catalog. The name of the catalog is Seeds and Such, if anyone would be interested in planting these. I have a great variety of very colorful gourds. And I've been called a gourd head, and this is what gourd heads might look like.
What's your favorite thing to grow?
Irish potatoes, sweet potatoes, okra. I love okra because okra originated in Africa. It's a very tough plant. It doesn't need a lot of rain, and it bears to frost.
Okay, thank you, Daryl. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Seth with Cooperative Extension. Seth, tell us how Cooperative Extension is involved with the fair.
Cooperative Extension, we end up working with some of the volunteer groups, and we're sort of an advisor to the fair board as well. But the master gardeners are here, the beekeepers are here. We do take a bigger leadership role in the youth department. I think you interviewed Sarah earlier. So those are kind of how we're involved with the fair. We help. We get judges for the horticulture exhibits. So we feel kind of an interesting we fill some space there where we've got some expertise.
Do you help with the livestock?
There is a junior heifer show. That's the only livestock exhibit, and that'll be Saturday at 3:00. Help keep score on that and do the announcements. And so that's the involvement there. We usually, if Jim needs help getting a livestock judge, we do that. Jim Monday is the supervisor over that event, and it's always been really good. We get the kids from Bandy's and their project heifers come up, and we've got some local folks in the community, and then there should be some other youth from surrounding counties that also exhibit.
Thank you.
Copenhagen, do yourself a favor, chew. Copenhagen, driving pretty girls wild.